and we make sure that it's a strong working relationship. When you think about the relationship that parents and grandparents have with that child, when it comes to schooling, they're their child's advocate. And so as soon as they come into the school as a classroom teacher, we become their advocate. We need to become their number one advocate and to look out for them as best we can. So I think when parents come with worries or concerns, we've got to listen to them straight away, because obviously it's not something that they're just blurting out. These are things that they might have thought about over weeks, nights even. And I think we need to make sure that we're available to listen to parents. I think some parents just want to be heard. They might have thought about something all night and be really worried about something, but as soon as they're able to let you know, a worried shared is a worried lessened. So I think it's really important that we are open listeners and we're open communicators. I think as a kindergarten teacher in particular, there are a lot of firsts for parents and grandparents, a lot of firsts for children. So by being that open communicator, listening to their questions. Sometimes a question we might think is a little bit silly, but for them, it's the first time they've ever experienced an event or something happening at their school. So they really need to know all the information that they can. And if we start that on day one of kindergarten, or even prior to that at kindy orientation, they are going to be rest assured that their child are in safe hands, that their worries are going to be heard, and that their concerns are going to be taken seriously. I think that's very important. Also, we need to take on, as a teacher and a professional, we need to think, right, well, if I've been asked the same question 3 times just this morning, then it's probably not just 3 people that want to know the answer. There might be a whole cohort of parents or grandparents that want to know something. I think also we need to not only maintain professional relationships, but we've got to understand that these are their loved ones that we're talking with. And we as classroom teachers form a loving relationship with our students. But we've got to remember that these parents, they've loved them since day one. They're their biggest idols. So I think we've really got to make sure that we're happy to listen to them. I think some parents worry that teachers won't want to hear what I have to say, when in actual fact, if we hear what they have to say, we're going to get such a broader and more in-depth idea of what their child is like. I think we get to learn a lot more about them. And I think also getting to know parents is very important, because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If you get to know a child's parents or grandparents or those that are in care of their children, I think we as teachers get a broader picture, a bigger understanding of what these children are like. As teachers, each year we do a situation analysis of a class, and we write down students' strengths and weaknesses and things like that. If we're not listening to what parents have to say, then we're not going to be able to fill that out as best we can. We're not going to know these students as well as we can either. As a teacher mentor,